frequent wildlife sightings are those of rare and endangered birds of prey. Here to tell us more, you probably just heard those little jingling bells, bird handler Steven Charlton. I won't shake your hand. So, Stephen, you've got with you a barn owl. Barn owls, Stephen, rarer and rarer now, presumably, are they?
They're making a bit of a comeback, but it really depends on weather. If we get a hard winter, particularly if we get very wet weather, they're in real trouble, aren't they, Stephen?
That's the problem with them. They face such hardships out there all year round. When we're going into autumn, they need to build up reserves of fat. The thing is, all the hunting techniques, usually near roads, so they become casualties, and unfortunately, it's not a good thing for the barn owl, but the upside is the other ones are doing fairly well.
The tawny here, tawny owl, doing its to-it and waiting for its to-woo to come from the other side of the studio, which isn't there. So, tawny much more common, because you've all heard this sound at night, haven't you? You always look the wrong way, don't you? You're going to come look at me if I walk around here, then think, see your eyes. This is it. That's right, look around here. So, much more common than the barn owls? Much
more common. They estimate there's about 45,000 pairs of tawny owl left, whereas it's down to about 5,000 pair of barn owl. One of the main reasons, though, is the lack of contact with people, really. Because the tawny owl lives in woods, they're less likely to come in busy roads and in contact with people.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why their numbers can go up so high.
Now, behind you, a really spectacular bird of prey. Few of us have a chance to see this, the goshawk.
That's correct.
So what are we down to numbers with goshawks?
Right, well, this is a northern goshawk, and as you can see, she's a highly, highly predatory bird. In fact, this is probably one of her prey items in the wild.
She's looking pretty interested, actually.
So
it's going to be a first for television, ladies and gentlemen. Not for the wildlife programme, but in a studio. Yeah, we're hoping not. Go on.
But they say that there's down to 410 pairs of goshawk left in the wild. Most of the goshawk we have here have been imported anyway from years gone by. Yeah, 410 pairs. That's not a lot, considering the distribution across the whole of the United Kingdom.
Harvest time is pretty good for them, presumably, Steve, because little voles and critters are coming out from underneath the straw and the hay and whatnot, and making good, rich pickings then.
Particularly for the barn owls.
Yeah.
You know, we've had very settled weather, haven't we, for the last couple of months, and that is brilliant for the barn owls.
Is there anything we can do, Stephen, for the birds of prey ourselves?
There is, and it all starts off, really, with bird gardens and tables in your gardens.
Right.
A lot of people feed the birds. Autumn is a good time to start getting the food out for them and making sure you do it all the time, not just once every now and again. Lets the garden birds build up their reserves. And as harsh as it sounds, these are the apex predators. So the more of the garden birds that we feed, in the long run, it's going to go right to the top and it's going to help the apex predator.
Stephen, just talk us through the various bits and bobs we can get. We've got, you know, good, sturdy bird feeders and things that are squirrel-proof.
This is fantastic. This is something I haven't seen. It's really high-tech. It's a new squirrel-proof feeder. And we don't like the squirrels getting into our bird food, do we? And this is perfect because the little birds can pick the seeds out and the squirrels can't.
Yep, right. You've got there, that's sunflower hearts.
This is sunflower hearts, which are great because they don't make a mess. If you have sunflower seeds with that black stuff around the
all
husk,
over the ground.
Yeah, it goes all over the ground.
Niger seed is brilliant in my garden for goldfinches. Yeah. They come for this all the time. Little fine black seeds, and goldfinches and greenfinches will come for those.
Well, they're the only bird that can get their beak into this tiny feeder and pick out these tiny seeds. That's what's so special about them.
Little slips.
And they're doing really well at the moment. And then we've got this bizarre thing, this cranberry. Not quite sure what it is, but it looks like something I'd feed my children, but...
Yes, or feed to fish.
Yes, possibly.
So that's a great treat for them, apparently.
Apparently, yes.
Nest boxes, getting them up now for both roosting and for prospecting later on in spring for egg-laying, presumably. But
yep. The blue tits will be going in and out now, looking at it, but maybe, as you say, in winter, the wrens, particularly, they want to huddle up, keep warm if it turns cold. They'll be going in there.
Julian, garden attract wildlife. You're down in Dorset. Are you wildlife conscious down there? Do you put stuff out for birds and things?
No, I am, actually, because we have a couple of rivers by our house, and we see egrets and actually wonderful, wonderful birds, kingfishers and all that sort of thing. And so, yes, I am rather aware of it. And it's a great privilege, actually. Dorset is a great privilege to live in, I think.
God, yeah.
The two Dorset men over there. And my thanks to them, and also thanks to Steven Charlton and Stephen Moss. Thank you both very much for being here. Right, OK. Round the back. Two times. Under the leg. You used to watch ground football?
I did.
Did you?
I used to watch it with my family when I was little.
Well, you probably carried, weren't you? And you're right. I like the one I was little.
Push me around the wheelbarrow.